It was supposed to make them feel safe. That's why they bought it. The move. The Harris family had just moved into their new home in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. Mark Harris, a software engineer, Lisa Harris, a part-time nurse, and their 10-year-old daughter, Emma. The house was perfect. 2 floors, a finished basement, a small backyard with a wooden fence, quiet neighbors, no traffic noise. It felt peaceful, too peaceful. Feels like one of those neighborhoods where nothing ever happens, Lisa joked as they unpacked boxes. Mark smiled. Exactly why I like it. But just to be safe, because that's what everyone did now, Mark installed a Ring security system. Front door camera, backyard camera, and one inside the living room facing the hallway. It's just for peace of mind, he said. At the time, it made sense. The first alert, 3 nights after moving in, Mark's phone buzzed. Motion detected. Front door camera. He checked the time. 2:13 a.m. That's weird, he muttered. He opened the app. The footage showed the front porch. Nothing unusual. No person. No animal. Just empty space. Wind lightly moving the trees. That's odd, Mark said. Lisa turned in bed. What? Probably a bug or something. He dismissed it. Night after night. But then it happened again, and again. Every night. Around the same time, between 2 and 3 a.m. Motion alerts, always showing nothing. Mark adjusted sensitivity settings, reduced alerts, changed angles. Still, the notifications continued. Lisa started to get uncomfortable. This doesn't feel normal, she said one morning. It's just the system, Mark replied. But even he wasn't fully convinced anymore. The basement camera. A week later, Mark installed an additional camera in the basement. Just in case, he said. Lisa didn't like the basement. It feels cold down there, she admitted. Mark laughed it off. Every basement feels like that. But after the camera went live, things changed. The first real footage. At 2:47 a.m., Mark received another alert. This time, motion detected, basement camera. He opened the app immediately, the screen loaded, and for a moment, everything looked normal. Then, a shadow, standing near the far wall. Tall, still. Mark leaned closer to his phone. What the hell? The figure didn't move, didn't react. It just stood there. The video ended, rechecking reality. Mark rushed downstairs, lights on, basement empty, completely empty. No one, no sign of entry, no broken windows, no open doors. Nothing. Lisa stood at the top of the stairs. Is someone there? Mark hesitated. No, but his voice didn't sound convincing, dismissing the fear. The next day, Mark replayed the footage, again and again. He tried to explain it. Lighting issue, camera glitch, compression artifact. Anything, but one thing didn't change. The shape was human. Clearly human. The second night, they tried to ignore it, but the next night, it came back. Another alert, 2:51 a.m. basement camera. Mark opened it slowly this time, and there it was again. The same figure, same spot. But this time, it moved, just slightly, a small tilt of the head, as if it was looking directly at the camera. Lisa sees it. Show me, Lisa said. Mark handed her the phone. She watched. Her face went pale. That's a person, she whispered. Mark didn't reply, because now, he knew it too. Calling the police, they didn't take chances anymore. Mark called the police. Officers arrived within minutes. They searched the entire house, basement, closets, attic, everything, nothing. No signs of forced entry, one officer said. Could be a camera malfunction. Mark showed the footage. The officer paused, studied it. "Keep your doors locked," he said finally, not very reassuring. The pattern over the next few days, Mark noticed something disturbing. The figure only appeared when everyone was asleep, lights were off, and the house was completely silent. Almost like it knew. The vacation. A week later, the Harris family left for a short weekend trip. 2 days. Out of town. The house was empty, completely empty. Or so they thought. The notifications. On the second night of their trip, Mark's phone exploded with alerts. Motion detected, basement camera, motion detected, living room camera, motion detected, hallway over and over, dozens of alerts. At 2:38 a.m., Mark's heart started racing. He opened the app. The truth revealed basement footage. The figure was there, clearer than ever, standing closer now, near the stairs. Then it moved, slowly, step by step, up the stairs. Next camera, living room. The figure entered the frame, dark, featureless, but human. Then it stopped, facing the camera directly, and for the first time, it smiled. The worst part, Mark switched to the hallway camera and froze because the figure wasn't alone. There was something else behind it, another shape, lower, crawling, calling. It in Mark immediately called the police again. "Someone is inside my house," he said. "We're not even there." Police rushed to the property, but by the time they arrived, everything was gone. No signs, no footprints, nothing. The footage that changed everything. Police reviewed the recordings, frame by frame, and that's when they noticed it. Something impossible. The front door camera never recorded anyone entering or leaving. Inside without entry, which meant whatever was inside the house never came from outside. Returning home, the Harris family came back the next day. Lisa refused to go inside. "I'm not staying here," she said. Mark tried to stay calm, but even he felt it now. The house didn't feel safe anymore. The final discovery. They decided to check everything one last time, thoroughly. When they reached the basement, Mark noticed something strange. A section of the wall, slightly different, not original. He tapped it. Hollow. His stomach dropped. The hidden space. They broke through it. Carefully, and behind it, there was a narrow crawl space, just big enough for a person. Inside they found old blankets, empty food containers, water bottles, and a phone still powered on. The phone police examined the phone. It contained videos, dozens of them, all recorded inside the house, while the Harris family was living there, sleeping, talking, living. They were being watched for days, weeks, the final twist. But the worst video was the last one, recorded the night they were away. It showed the figure standing in the hallway, looking directly into the camera, then slowly saying, "They know now." The ending. The case was never solved. No suspect was identified. No fingerprints matched. The house was abandoned. Epilogue. Months later, a new family moved in. And on their first night, at exactly 2:41 a.m., their phone buzzed. Motion detected, basement camera last line, hook ending. And this time, the figure wasn't in the basement. It was already upstairs.